Welcome back to City Girl with Country Roots. Today I bring you out to one of my community gardens so we can get a look at what it's going to look like before we have to come in here and actually start to clean it out and plant it. My plot out here at this one is 30 feet wide and 60 feet long. As you can tell, I have some neighbors around me that have already, started roping off their plots so the way they can begin. And then, of course, I have one neighbor over there who has been growing throughout the whole season. And as I said, I would love to bring you all along for an adventure of community garden growing. And so this is one. We do have another one. And with that one, we have it covered in garden fabric. But as you can tell, some people will be like, oh, you can cover that. But we're just now getting this particular plot. If we would have probably had this plot last season, yeah, we probably would have covered. But we are actually just getting this plot. So, of course, there's going to be some cleanup to it. I think they do have a person who drives a tractor that comes out. And of course, for this year, we're definitely going to have this land tilled, because as you could tell, it's just a little bit on the rough side of things. And we will make do with what we can on doing it. We did have one other plot out here, or like two other plots, but we ended up moving our plot because in the middle of our plot, we had water that would just sit in the middle of it from where someone had trenched it once before. So we decided to ask to be moved from that plot. So this is the plot that we have now inherited, more say. We would have wanted the plot right over there, but somebody beat us to it. So that's okay. You live, you learn. And the thing about this community garden is that everything runs downhill. This is also considered what's called the wetlands and everything. So it's going to be real interesting and re-gardening here. This will just be our second year gardening in this area. But as you can see, I've walked all the way down here. You can tell that it's very wet because this is sea willows that have dried out from where water collects and stand when you have a whole lot of water. But I will say, on half the portion I'm walking on tends to be fairly dry, so I am glad of that. I said, you technically don't want to be in the downslope because everybody knows stuff rolls downhill, but you can build it up enough. What was grown out here in this plot last year was a ton of corn. So we will too be coming back with corn, but we're not going to grow as much corn because what we are going to do with this plot as well, as you can see, let me see if I can back you up so you can see this. Okay, you can see all the way down there, there's where those strings are. And then here's where I'm at. So this would be my whole plot. So when somebody tell you like 30 wide, 60 long, this is how much plot I have. But I will say the difference that I do like about this, other than the fact that I'm going to have to come out here and do some serious cleaning. Can you see the water connections over there? We are closer this year to water. Last year, we had to literally walk our water, like you can see where my vehicle is. So closer to where my vehicle is where basically one of the few pumps for water. And we had to walk the water from there, come straight down this way to try and get water, which means you have other people's plots that are all through here. So you don't want to drag your hoses and anything like that through here. But what we did, we didn't really drag a hose. We just took and brought out our buckets and everything for our watering needs because we're trying to cut down on some of the weeds. But yeah, this is just one of our community plots. And of course, when you get them, you never know what you're always getting. So you have to come in sometimes and clean them up, redo them. But once you know, and if that's a plot that you're going to stay on, you know how to basically clean it up for the following year and do what you need to do in order to make sure that your work is not as hard on yourself for the next year. But yeah, I thought, as I said, that I would just bring you out here. Oh, real quick. Can you see those little piles and mounds out here? Okay, that is already what the community garden here sends out. So we already have like manures. We even have our wood chip piles over there. So, you know, that is one good thing sometimes, depending on your community garden, that you can get is have like wood chips and manures and stuff brought out for your plots and everything. And yeah, in that container over there, they keep certain tools, and it all comes with our plot fees. So there's nothing extra, and I will admit our plot fees are fairly and really reasonable. We pay like $25 a plot, so I have 2 plots. That's $50 for the whole year, and you garden in it year round. So it's not that you pay it and it's just for like spring to fall season. No, as you can see with the one gardener, she's been gardening year round because that's why she has the row covers on her plants and stuff. But yeah, you can garden year round with that, and we just like you renew your plots the following February. So that's another good thing. If you're also stressed for like some land and you want to grow some bigger things, like for me, I will be out here growing my watermelons and my corn. And this area out here actually grows very good squash and zucchini with not much bug pressure. So I've already decided, okay, this is what we're going to grow out here. And that's why I don't mind necessarily being this far back, because this way, if I was up there on the road and I was trying to grow my watermelons, like in my other community garden, I'm on the road, and we had people to come in and like actually, you know, take some of our melons, take some of our pumpkins. They took, you know, our cantaloupe, because people can just walk through and take, unfortunately, because you can't keep up with that many plots and how many people sometimes are coming in and out. But needless to say, that is kind of like what we're going to be doing out here at this one. And we will be laying some weave fabric along those areas, because we're going to border in our area with the weave fabric. We did learn that from last year. And so much of this that we are going to be doing will be covered in weave fabric, and then the other part we will leave uncovered so that we can like grow the corn and everything, because we're not going to burn holes into weave fabric to grow corn. But yeah, you see the bales of hay rolled up over here? Yes, those are bales of hay. But as I said, I just thought I would bring you along so that you can kind of see where gardening adventures will begin. And this is definitely going to be more of a summer plot. In our other community garden, which I will eventually bring you all along for that, when we burn the holes into that one, that's where we'll plant more like our broccoli and the cauliflower and some tomatoes. And then of course, you know, we do the backyard, which is where I tend to shoot the majority of my videos, is in the backyard, to where I tend to have a little bit of everything, from my okra to my corn to the zucchinis to tomatoes, you name it. It all tends to be grown at the house, because I definitely like to keep all my new varieties at the house, and that way I can see how they're growing before I take and bring them out to community gardens. Because unfortunately, when you do have your community gardens, you don't always get a chance to come out every single day. So certain things I do like to keep at my house versus just bringing it to the community garden. But thank you for definitely watching this video, and probably getting, you know, some inspiration. Hopefully it give you an idea of where, if you have that access, whether you're here in the United States or if you're over in England or somewhere, that you can have another option in gardening and everything. And if you haven't already liked, subscribed, or hit that bell notification for when I upload videos, please go ahead and do that. I look forward to always coming out and just talking to you all and showing you the different aspects of gardening and just, giving new ideas and different things like that, because not everybody gardens the same. Not everybody has always the same opportunities to do certain things, and that's fine. But I hope that in my videos I can halfway shed some form of light and give you just different ideas and different hopes and different opportunities, so the way you can get some light shed upon different things for yourself and everything. But as I said, it's been so nice for you all to join me on this video. And once again, this is City Girl with Country Roots, and I will see you on the next video. All right, bye guys.